this video, the thievery continues, and there's a very strange coincidence that I want to get your opinion on that I'll explain how this ties into the most recent thievery video that I just posted. But before we hop into it, I want to remind you that we have a monthly giveaway here on the YouTube channel. If you subscribe, comment, and like, you're entered to win 2 free slabs, and we're running a promotion right now at brycecomics.com for 25% off all the Wilbur items. So if you go to the search bar and type in Wilbur, it brings up all the stuff that is left from the Wilbur collection. 9 pages, as you can see. A lot of people already took advantage of this, but there is quite a few slabs left. Use code Wilbur25 for 25% off, and code COLLECT10 is also active for everything else on the website, and you can enter both of those codes into the same cart. Also, we're going to have a Whatnot show tomorrow. If you're watching this the day it comes out, over on Whatnot. Link down below for $15 towards your first purchase on Whatnot. We're having a ton of fun over there. Chance at $1,000. Somebody just hit that. And let me tell you what we're talking about here today. So I posted a video on Monday of this week talking about how a longtime customer of mine stole over $700 worth of books. And if you haven't watched that video, I'll put a link down below because this video will make a lot more sense if you watch that one first. One of the books in that package that he stole was Shogun Warriors #1 in a 9.8. Then I get an email from another one of my longtime customers, my friend Kyle. At this point, I can call him my friend because he comments on almost every single one of my videos. He's almost like a day one. I feel like he's been with me since the very, very beginning of this whole Bryce Comics venture. He's been buying stuff from me off the website since 2021, over the past 3 years. So he sends me this email. Just today, I watched your video about your shipping getting ripped off fiasco, and then I received my order from your shop at 1:37 p.m. today. Then at 2:33 p.m. it was stolen off my porch. The delivery person never knocked, didn't ring the doorbell, and we didn't know it had been delivered. Then a porch pirate brazenly walks up to my front door with other packages from the neighborhood in hand and swiped it. Got it all on my ring cam, but I swear these thieves don't even give a blank about them anymore. I am sure this is not the first time this has happened. I'm just wondering if there's any recourse, if the package was insured, etc. Also, I don't know if you offer this, but it would be amazing to be able to request signature confirmation on orders from your shop so they can't dump them on your doorstep. I'm so bummed. I got into comics when I was 4 and started collecting almost immediately. From the age of 4 to 7, the comics that started my journey were Godzilla, Star Wars, Shogun Warriors, Micronauts, and ROM. I've completed runs of them all, but of course some of the early issues are in rough shape because I was so young when I got them. I decided to pursue graded 9.8 copies of the first issues of these series just because of their personal significance to me, and I was stoked when I saw you had Shogun Warriors and Micronauts both in 9.8 and very reasonably priced. Let me know. Thanks so much. So the first thing you'll notice is that he doesn't, ask for a refund. He just says, hey, this is what happened. Is there any recourse? Actually, I want to also note his signature line here. His email signature line says, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Albus Dumbledore. And that is the point of this video. We're going to try to turn on a light on this nasty situation and the seeming curse on the book Shogun Warriors #1. So if you remember from Monday's video, 4 books were stolen from me, and one of them was Shogun Warriors #1. That was the book that Kyle bought for me, a different book from a different collection, many months apart, and it's just very strange, the coincidence of all of this, that, those books were stolen from me, Shogun Warrior #1 being one of them, months ago, and then I finally, made a video about it, and then I posted it on a Monday, and Kyle had made the purchase for Shogun Warriors #1, prior to me even recording the video, definitely before it came out, and then the Shogun Warriors #1 was delivered on his porch as he watched the video. Just the timing of that is so strange that to me that it's the exact same book, and I'm curious to know from you guys, do you think it's just, of course, it's just a coincidence, it's just a statistical probability that these things do happen? Of course, there is some percentage probability that something like this would happen. Or do you think that there's like an energy, a karma, a spirit, a juju thing going on underneath that would make this happen? I don't know. Leave a note down in the comments. Let me know what you think. At least if you're one of the people that are just very, probability, statistics say this, and this, at least admit that this is very strange. You know, that as he's watching the video, the book that he bought, which happened to be the same one, was delivered and stolen, just like the last. I mean, that's strange. Please admit that much. All right, so let's get back to how to turn a light on the situation and how you can be involved and why I'm even making this video. Well, I feel like you guys are on this journey with me. And, you know, I just felt like this was good content, that it's just like, you know, very odd that it happened right after. And we have some footage here, which I want to show. The first video here is from his Ring camera. So I responded and said, hey, can you send me the Ring camera footage? So here it is. You can see the postal worker, and she, you know, lobs the package there on the porch. Actually, not too bad of a job, just a gentle little lob onto the porch. It would have been nice if she rang the doorbell, you know, but she just lobs it onto the porch there and walks away. She delivered the package. Her job is done. You know, I mean, you're in a neighborhood. Obviously, they're probably aware of porch piracy here. This is in Portland, Oregon. It would have been nice if she would have knocked on the door or rang the doorbell, but she's not required to. And by the way, look at that fantastic packaging of that Bryce Comics package. We double box everything so that they, you know, the vast majority of our packages go off without a hitch. I apologize if it's a little frustrating to have to open 2 boxes, but I guarantee you it's way less frustrating than opening a package and having a damaged slab. So it looks like, you know, the package was in good shape. So now let's go and see Ring camera footage number 2 of the porch pirate stealing it. You'll see as he enters the bottom right corner of the screen that he already has a package in his hand. And I'm going to see here if Marcus can get a good shot of his face and blow this thing up and put it on the thumbnail for this piece of garbage that's just walking through neighborhoods brazenly while people are home. There's cars in the driveway and this guy just does not care. There's a camera. He shows his face to the camera, walks right up to the door, picks up the package and walks up. I mean, it's just wild that they're this brazen. I mean, hopefully we can find this guy, out this guy, whatever. I know there's thousands of guys just like this. It might be a moot point, unfortunately, but it is irritating nonetheless. I did file a police report with the city of Portland about this, and I also reported the book stolen to CGC, so the cert numbers have been updated in CGC's website, so be on the lookout for them. But it's Micronauts #1 in a 9.8 and Shogun Warriors #1 in a 9.8. To answer some of Kyle's questions from the email, as far as like technically and legally, who's responsible in a situation like this? Technically and legally, when you buy something from somebody online and it doesn't have signature confirmation, you know, you're paying for them to have it delivered to your door and that's it. At that point, our agreement is done. I fulfilled my end of the bargain. I delivered the product to you. And technically, at that point, when it's marked as delivered by the post office, it becomes your property. And so at that point, if it's stolen, you have a stolen property case. And it's your responsibility to file a police report with the appropriate authorities and try to get your books back through legal action, which is almost always futile. You know, if you're lucky and you have a nice seller or somebody that, you know, you work with, they might work with you and decide to, you know, refund you or replace the items or whatever it may be. But technically and legally, they don't have to. They're not required to because it's just property that was stolen off of your property. So if there's signature confirmation, that is different because now you have a case with insurance companies because the post office did not do their job and get a signature. So if they left a signature series package and you didn't sign for it, you have an open and shut case. It definitely helps to have Ring cams. I recommend everyone gets one. They're so affordable now. It just makes the process so much easier. But we did go ahead and figure out a way, which is costing us money to install an app on the website, but we figured out a way to add the option for signature series to any package. The way we do it at Bryce Comics is we automatically add signature confirmation for any package over $500, and we pay for that. The way I see it, if you're willing to spend $500 or more with me, I don't mind eating the $4 or $5. Sometimes it's $7 for like international signature confirmation, but I don't mind paying for that, and I do it automatically because I don't want any headaches with something that high valued. I really don't want any headaches at all, but it's just not cost effective to have signature signature confirmation on everything, and not everybody would want that. And so now we have the option on the website to add signature confirmation to any package, regardless of the value. So if you take a product like this beautiful Marvel Spotlight 2 VF 8.0 old label. I was taking a close look at this because it has not been pressed and cleaned, but I just don't mess with cracking books out anymore. But if you click add to cart at this point right here on the screen, you can see signature delivery. If you check that box, it will add it to your cart, and it'll charge you $4, and we will add signature confirmation to any package. So you don't have to do it for anything over 500. I'll still pay for that myself, but if you want it for something less than 500, you can add it. We also added this other little feature. We're still kind of working out the kinks, but you can add a Bryce Comics exclusive at a discount to any order now. You could just add it to, if you have anything in your cart, you can add a Bryce Comics exclusive versions for about $50 for a CGC 9.8 Bryce Comics exclusive. Pretty cool little feature. So how I want to involve you guys in the community is I want to make Kyle whole. I don't have to, but you know, he's been such a long time supporter of the channel. He has the footage there, and you know, I feel bad that he got, you know, these books that were so important to him and special to him stolen right there off the porch. So I'd like to make him whole, and I know that these books aren't rare by any stretch of the imagination. So if you have copies of Shogun Warriors 1 and Micronauts 1 in 9.8, I would like to buy them from you and then get those replaced and sent out to Kyle with signature confirmation. And if I don't hear from anybody, I'll just wait until they come through in another collection, because they will come through eventually. They come through often. So that's how you can be a part of this. Maybe you want to shine a light in this dark situation, put some good juju, some good vibes, spirit, energy, whatever you want to call it, back into the comic community, have some good karma coming your way. I thought it would be fun to, you know, include you guys in this. Thank you to everyone for sticking with me to the end of the video, for coming along on this wild journey. It's a lot more fun doing it together, so I'm so appreciative of all of you. Don't forget those giveaways. If you subscribe, comment, and like here on the YouTube channel, you're entered to win 2 free slabs this month. And at BryceComics.com, we're currently running 25% off Wilbur books, which will be like the day this comes out only, because after that they will probably be all gone. So stay tuned for a future video of how it went selling every single Marvel comic from 1964 to 1980. And I hope to see you on Whatnot. Link in the description for $15 towards your first purchase, where you can pick up a free book if you're new to Whatnot. And I hope to see you there. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.